Paperwork might not be at the front of your brain when you're getting ready for a trip. However, without taking care of some very important pieces of paperwork, you won't even make it on the plane. While these might seem obvious, stick with me to see if you have covered all the bases before you leave on your next great adventure. Number 1. Passport. Obvious, right? You'll have to show a gate agent your passport before they let you on a plane that is leaving the country. But did you know that some countries have rules about how long a passport can expire after you enter the country? Some countries are 3 months and some are 6 months, so it's safest to always make sure your passport is valid for at least that long before you go on a trip. There are also some countries that require several blank pages in your passport, so you want to check with the country before you leave home. 2. Visas. Might seem like Americans don't have to worry about getting visas before traveling, but that is not really the case anymore. In 2026, the European Union will implement the European Travel Information and Authorization System, which means Americans will have to fill out an online application before entering the EU. The U.S. state website or other countries' embassies' websites will be the best place to find information on getting visas. Make sure you use the legitimate website. When we needed visas for Kenya and Tanzania, a Google search brought up a lot of real-sounding websites, and I'm not sure if these are scams or just brokerage companies that fill out a form for you for a fee, but it's best to go straight for the source. Number 3. Finances. First, let's talk about cash. At Jane Sees the World, we're big fans of using debit cards to get cash once we land in a new country. Your bank might require you to let them know before your trip, so make sure to do that within the time frame they require. However, some people prefer to have cash on hand when they enter the country, so if this is you, you'll need to make a visit to your bank well before your trip to get this set up. Most of the time, we don't have problems with getting cash internationally. However, there have been some unexpected hiccups, so here are some things we do. 1. Use a no-fee ATM card. I currently have Betterment and Schwab that reimburse me for ATM withdrawals. 2. Use ATMs at banks, not random gas stations. It's probably going to be fine, but it just feels better to use an actual bank. If your card gets eaten like mine did in Hungary, the person working will most likely try to help. 3. Choose to be charged in the local currency. I always have to think through this, but when you are asked if you want to be charged in the home currency, say no. You'll get a better exchange rate. 4. Know how to report your card as stolen if it gets eaten by the ATM. In my situation in Hungary, it was pretty easy to open the Betterment app. Now let's talk about credit cards. Most cards these days have chips which work better internationally. Other countries use PINs, which honestly I can never remember mine, but usually a receipt just spits out for me to sign. You want to make sure you use a no international transaction fee credit card and carry a couple backups. Don't keep them all in the same place. Number 4, confirmations. I've become pretty loosey-goosey when it comes to travel confirmations. However, one lost phone in Chile and all that confidence came crumbling down. That was a really good wake-up call for me that I should have my confirmations somewhere other than my email. Bea and I keep Trello boards for trips, but we aren't always perfect at putting confirmation numbers in there if one of us books something. If you use a travel app like Trello or TripIt, make sure everyone can access the confirmations. I'm preparing a trip to several countries in Africa, and in this case, I'm going to print everything out. It'll be like traveling in 2000, but it's going to be much easier to hand over a piece of paper than try and show someone something on my phone. Number 5, medical records. Depending on where you go, you might need proof of vaccination to enter the country. Blessedly, the COVID vaccination cards are a thing of the past. However, several countries require proof of yellow fever vaccination, so don't forget to bring your magic yellow foldy card with you. Now, paperwork isn't glamorous, but it is definitely important. If you get your affairs in order before your big trip, you can reduce confusion and stress in a situation where you already feel out of your usual status quo. Please share with the rest of us in the comments if you have other paperwork tips that help your trips go smoother. Subscribe for more travel-related content and happy adventures.